time I was like, I can't not go to Tottenham. Tottenham are their Prem club and they're big club, so I have
Rico.
to go. So
Yeah.
obviously, I ended up getting signed at Tottenham roughly around I think just before my 8th birthday. So yeah, it was
So yeah, just before probably the foundation phase would start. So,
yeah for
all
sure.
right, cool. So in terms of Tottenham now, how long was you at Spurs for? And then yeah, well, let me know about your experiences at Spurs and how you found it.
um, Tottenham was like a different ball game because obviously like in Lewisham you're at school and stuff, and then like you're the main man, and now you're with people from North London, East London, West London, everywhere, and everyone's the best in their areas and their school. So it's literally just like about raising the level. Obviously, I was there for I think I was about there from like 7 to about 14 until I got
Okay.
released. But obviously early, I think like the big difference was the level. Like you play against Chelsea, get smoked by Chelsea, get smoked by. Hey, I don't even know. I can't remember ever beating Chelsea in it. The man
Yeah.
there, forget the man in it. But like you go places like France and Italy and Germany to play teams like Bayern and Barca and stuff like that. So obviously that's
How
probably the
did
real
you
difference.
find all those experiences of like going abroad, and because obviously being from the ends as we would say, like that's a big thing to now test the waters across the board and play against other people. How
I
did you
won't lie. I won't lie. Like I see Jaden and a couple man in
listen?
there, but
So many
Jaden,
men are chatting.
you see Jay Brown, yeah. He played all the games in it. Me, I'll be right sat on the bench. I watched in it. So I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna cap and say, oh, I was that guy. I weren't that guy. Like I sat on the bench. JB was captain. Like we went. Obviously, these man they didn't fare much. Me personally, like especially when we was younger. I think now it's a little bit changed because I feel like we're in England in terms of academies. We're probably the biggest in the world now. But back then,
Yeah,
we saw Barca and Bayern and them like, as way better than us. So like when
yeah.
we went there, we weren't looking at them like they're just wearing the shirt. We was looking at them like, bro,
Yeah, you almost
that's
fed them,
you
innit?
know what I'm saying. That's Messi and them man there. You know what I'm saying. So we was a little bit shook. So we ended up getting turned over a lot. But yeah, we didn't get a chance to show ourselves. But eventually, as we got older, we realized that we can actually play with these lot, and then we
Yeah, no,
started growing
definitely.
and growing and growing.
So, all right,
But
cool. So we're at Tottenham. We get to 14, and then we get told that was it that you're just not signing a new deal, or how did they take you through that process of maybe getting released?
I think one thing that I probably never told anyone until today is like of that season. I think probably around September, October, they called my dad and said, um, like, like right now he's not doing enough kind of thing.
Okay.
And then by the same time I was young, so I was like, oh look, they're just chatting, like that's not me, that's the coach, they're just moving mad. So
Yeah.
obviously it was a bit like I was a bit in denial, so I kind of just left it. And then obviously we got to December, I think just before the meeting, I was playing all right. To be fair, I didn't think I was doing too bad. I was playing most games, and obviously if you know like academy age, like one season you can be a centre half, next season you're centre mid, one season you're,
Yeah, yeah, no,
it,
definitely.
it moves around. So obviously, um, I was being made to play centre half. I didn't want to play centre half at the time. So obviously, I just basically had to do it because I felt like if I don't do it, then I'm gonna get released. And then I got into the meeting, and um, I was like, the worst part is I was so happy getting into the meeting. I thought they're gonna tell me I'm playing well, and then they tell me I just need to keep doing this and keep doing that. And you literally just sat there. As soon as I got in there, and bearing in mind I was running around to get my mum and everyone to get into the meeting, and my dad to pattern it. And
Yeah, yeah,
as soon as I got in there, I was smiling, everything like I just got everything just sorted, and he just hit me with it. He's like, "Bam, look, you're just not getting that." Like you can train for the
yeah,
rest. He was like, you can train. This was in December. He's like, look, if you want to train until May, feel free, but like you don't have to be here. And obviously, like I couldn't like as soon as I put my head down, I couldn't even look up. Like I couldn't believe it. And then
yeah.
obviously,
As a 14-year-old, that's a big, you know what I mean? That's a big shock to you,
for sure,
especially
for
not
sure, for
going
sure.
through something like that before. So in terms of that, at that age, you're 14, you've just been released. For any young footballers watching, what would you say? What advice would you give them to maybe not put their head down, and yeah, just maybe some good advice that might help them to be positive about those situations.
Yeah, football's a game of opinions. So I feel like at that time, I felt like my world was falling apart. But what you need to remember is, let's say you're a coach now. If you don't see something in a certain player, another coach is going to see something in you. So don't think that because two coaches said, look, you're not good enough to play for here. Trust me, there's hundreds of clubs in this country that will show you that you are capable of doing it. And I just need you lot to understand that it's no, at no point is it the end of the road whether you're 12, 13, 14, 18, it don't matter. Like, there will be somewhere for you. There's a home for every footballer, and you just got to not lose. Don't lose your confidence. Don't let someone tell you you're not as good as you think you are. Like, if you really think, if you have confidence and you believe in yourself, trust me, you can do it. Like, at that point, I'll probably say, like, I lost all confidence, all of it. Like, obviously, at school, I was known for the kid. I was known as the kid that played for. I played for Tottenham, so like, bro, growing up in South, you know, there's not much good things to look up to. But when a kid plays for Tottenham, you're like, rah. So obviously, I was like, look, how am I gonna go back to school and tell my friends? Like, you know, I hang out with twins and that. So I was like,
Yeah.
like I was so embarrassed. I went back and told everyone in school, like early doors before even someone tried to. I came back and told everyone. Like, I left. Like, I was like, look, it worked for me. Like, I left. Like, I was running with that lie for months. And people was like, bro, why would you leave? And I was like, I was just stuttering, bro. But like, it's just a thing where anybody that's watching this, trust me, like, if you have confidence, just believe in yourself. Trust me. Don't let no one's opinion get you down. Nobody's opinion get you down, because there's gonna be someone that believes in you, and when they take that chance on you, you're gonna. He's like, no, bro, I'm being dead serious. I got a scholar, and then we was like, bro, you didn't get a scholar, bro. Why are you lying to us? Obviously, he found out he did. So obviously, Mason got a scholar early, so he was basically the top in the team. And then we was like, Jeffro, if Jeffro gets a scholar, then you know Mason got a scholar. Cause everyone thought Jeffro's the man in it. Jeffro does everything in it. So everyone's like, alright, cool. Everyone's like, alright, cool. If Jeffro gets a scholar, then we know Mason's not lying. But right now, we're not believing Mason. But obviously, we ended up finding out Mason got one. And then obviously, when we got to under 16s, everyone was like, oh, it's pressure time. You only got about a couple months, and we got a new coach, and then. Jeffro ended up getting his...
let me ask you this. So obviously at Millwall, I know there was like 8 or 9 of you that were all friends outside of Millwall as well. So when it came to that age of now, there's only 7 or 6 scholars left, and there's not enough for everyone to get one. How was the friendship group then? Was it still the same? Was it like a competition now, or did everyone just back each other still the same way that you normally would?
I don't think it changed. I think it was all still boys. I don't think like it really sat in with a lot of us that we could potentially get released. Cause I feel like that's probably the reason why certain people might not have gone as hard as they should have gone. Because I don't think it. Because obviously a lot of them were there from young, so they thought like when you've been there from young, especially when I was at like Tottenham, when you think you've been there for so many years, you feel like your place is cemented in the change room. And I feel like a lot of them
complacent.
Yeah, a lot of them it didn't sit in that look. It's crunch time. Like we're not kids anymore. That people are going left, right, and centre. So obviously, I've already been released. So I'm like, look, if I get released, like this might be the end for me with football. But the rest of them are like they're just living their normal life. So I think it was
they ain't experienced it yet.
But yeah,
cool.
Then, go on.
Yeah, so you get to under 16s. The scholars are now starting to get handed out, and then you realize that you're not getting one. What's the feeling like, firstly, and then what was your next kind of steps?
I think just obviously Jeffro got his one earlier, so Mason and Jeffro got one, and then there was about 5 or 6 of us that were like we was obviously as we was getting closer to the meetings, like he was telling people, look, you got a meeting, and I think Chris got one. And then he told me, like, after the way he told me that I was gonna have the meeting after training, like it was a bad vibe. I don't know. I got a bad vibe from the way he said it. He was like, "Oh, like, do you think it'd be alright to come to a meeting on Thursday, like you and your dad?" And I was like, "Yeah." But the way he was looking at me, I was like, "This is not gonna be a nice conversation." So obviously, cool. So obviously, I didn't tell my dad, but obviously after I was like, "Look, Dad," I got back in the car and I was like, "Look, Dad, he's saying that we should come for a meeting tomorrow, or whether it's 2 days later or whatever." And Dad was like, cool. As we was on our way there, I was like to myself, something's not right here. I was like, something's not right. Because I felt like I was doing well enough that if Mason and Jeffrey got one, then maybe I could have got one. But at the same time, I don't know if I was doing that well. But at the point, I thought I was doing better than most people. I thought I warranted that scholar, obviously. But when it got to the time where I was getting the same meeting at everyone else's time, I was like, nah, I don't know. So as we got into
Yeah.
the meeting, as soon as we sat down, the head of academy was just like, look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Like, we're not gonna do the long game. It's just like, look, we're not giving you a scholar. And like, as soon as he said it, yeah, I even like kind of chuckled because I was looking down and it was like deja vu because I've literally been through this already. So it's like
Yeah.
I laughed and I was like this is not
That
it's
that
nothing
that that Nnamdi shrug of the
yeah
shoulders.
it's nothing new to me, innit? So I was like, I know obviously my dad was going off, they were going back and forth. I was like, look, dad, I even said like I said, look, dad, look, relax, like it's cool, just let's sign that paper right now. I don't
Yeah.
need to train anymore. They was like, oh, there's exit trials and that, like all the clubs in the country go, and I was like, look, I'm not going to no exit trial. But
Yeah.
thank you very much. And then I just before I signed the paper, I said to him, I looked him in his eye and I said, look, you're gonna regret the day you did this. I looked him in his eye and he was like, oh, I hope so. And I was like, yeah. I was like, look, don't, bearing in mind at this time I started becoming a chatty guy, so I was getting in trouble in school for talking or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, when you talk about the teaching, like, I literally looked at him like a teacher. I was like, look, don't just spare me with that. Like, I don't want to hear that. So
Yeah.
just leave it. And then literally, my dad was trying to go off. He wanted to argue so bad. I was like, look, dad, we've been here, man. We've been here. Like, it's not new to us. And I was like, look, I'm leaving. So they're like, raw. That's kind of weird because I just got contract taken off the table by Stevenage, released by Mill. Bearing in mind, I'm still thinking Bournemouth and Prem now. I'm thinking, how can I get released by a champ and then basically released by Stevenage in League Two and then just go back to the Prem? I was like, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
So obviously, I just started running. I turned into a different kind of animal that summer. I was running from my house to my cousin's house. Then I'd chill at my cousin's house for a bit, then run back. Or like if we was going to goals in Beckenham, I wouldn't take the bus. I'd say I'll meet you lot there. I'll run there. I'll have ankle weights on. I'd have my mask on. I have my altitude mask on. I'll just be running everywhere. And I literally just took it up to like 100%. And then when I got to Bournemouth that week, I don't even think I lost the ball. Like no banner. Like even if I don't know if any of my teammates are in here, like if any of my teammates were in here, they'd be able to tell you that week I couldn't have done nothing wrong. It was basically God just took the wheel for me personally. Like I couldn't do nothing wrong. I swear.
So
I even
do you think
remember
that extra motivation?
for sure. I think it got to a point where I was like obviously my dad's already told me, look, you're not that guy. And I was like, look, I got so much people to prove wrong. So many people doubted me, coaches. I lost friends on ends. I lost people were laughing at me in my face in ends in school when I got released both times. People laughed at me, and I never ever forgot it. I see all them faces still till today, and I remember all of them. I remember all the people who stopped talking to me, and I said to them, look, you lot got the wrong one. And I don't know if Dominic and Ahmed are still in here. Dominic and Ahmed were doing, obviously, you know, they have their team and they were doing stuff on Fridays. And just before I went to Bournemouth, they asked me, do you want me to speak to anybody, like in terms of any other club? And I said to them, like, I promise you, you're not gonna have to speak to no other club. I'm getting signed. And they was like, are you sure? Like people, like other people even standing there like who does this guy think? I was like, look, I promise you, look, I'm not gonna just gonna prison. What was it? Are you good? Are you good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on, bro. I can hear you now.
Yeah. So obviously, I was like to them, look, I ain't gonna need another club. Like this is happening. And obviously, at the same time, you probably think this kid's a bit delusional. Like he's been released, he's been turned down. I said, look, I promise you, I'm not gonna need another club. And funny enough, I went to Bournemouth. The week I went to Bournemouth, it's weird, innit? Because I'm from ends. Like I've never lived in a house with white people, especially people that are not even from Lewisham. And it's just like you're eating, yeah, bro. Like I'm walking, I'm just listening out the window, and it's just quiet, like, bro. No one's shouting,
Yeah.
no one's fighting, no sirens, nothing. Like I'm just like, raw. place is real peaceful. We're talking. I was at first I was starstruck in it, and it got to a point. I think when I was running around the pitch, I was like, look, I've had teammates that have come here and they haven't made it. Like they haven't done their thing. Like they've done well, but they haven't done enough. And I was like, look, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna show everyone what I'm on. I was just like, look, I don't care if you played 100 games in a Prem, if you played for your country. Like right now, I don't care. I was like, look, I'm on it. And
Yeah.
I think that's like another day, like just how I told you when I came on trial and I played well. That day I literally couldn't do anything wrong. The only thing I couldn't do was when I was doing running, I weren't making them. But like I weren't making no runs. They even pulled me out. They pulled me out at one point, and like my teammates were like bro, like we got one more run. And I was like, nah. It's like you man go. So obviously now they've gone without me. My team's battering people in the five-a-side as well. So we ended up winning the five-a-side. I trained well. Like I trained, I done my thing, and then after the session they gave me a round of applause. So like the whole team, the coaches, everyone gave me a round of applause, telling me I'd done so well. So obviously I was kind of like the new kid on the block kind of thing. And
Yeah.
it's funny because I went back and told my teammates what happened. Like it basically the whole news was spreading through the whole academy that look,
The whole
I went
club.
to the first. I done my thing. So obviously from that day, then obviously anytime they needed someone, and bearing in mind because I was young, when I used to go there, like if they needed like a striker, they'd call me. I'd play up front. Like there was a point, I think my second training session, I was up front with Jermaine Defoe, and I was like, even came and said hello to me, and I was like, raw. I was like, bearing in mind, I'm at Tottenham when I was 8 and 9, so I was watching him play with Berbatov. I watched him play off Kraut. That this is JD, and I was like,
It's a big one as well.
I was like, fam, what am I doing here? Then I saw like Nathan Ake and Josh King and all the other players were coming back, and I was like, fam, I don't know. It was getting. I was just smiling. I was just a kid. Like I'm such a kid.
Yeah.
And you know, if you know me, like I love the game. Like I spend like all day now, even just watching football till like 4 or 5 a.m. So like it's like to ever play in the Prem, and we're talking, they're not gonna give you that second chance. So it's literally just the lack of mistakes. Like they didn't make mistakes up there. Like everything is so crisp. Like back foot, safe side, how hard the pass is, the way they do it. Everything was just like it's so detailed, and it's just like. It was a level that I could only watch and admire and then take little bits. And I just kept on trying to take as much as I could to keep adding to my game. So if I saw someone play a certain pass that way, then I would literally say, all right, cool, I'm going to try and do that when I get back to the youth team. Because when I get back to the youth team, they haven't got that experience that I've just got. So then I'll just be a couple steps ahead. So one thing about me is I always want to be... So if you go out right now and I see you run 5K in 25 minutes, I'm going to say,
You're trying
all
to
right,
beat
cool. I'll put my runners on and I'll make sure, even if I get 24:59, I'm getting 24:59. So that's one thing I'd say. I always stay one step ahead of the game. Like I try to anyway. Try to stay one step ahead of my teammates anyway, or people my age.
Yeah.
So literally, it's just about taking everything I could. And I thought to myself, if I take these from these Premier League players, other players aren't going to be able to deal with me. So I felt like I just need to keep adding and adding. It was just like a sponge. You just got to keep soaking everything up. You just got to keep soaking everything up. And it literally just learned, funny enough. And like there was a lot of like clubs coming forward, like, and I thought if I'm at the point I was thinking at the same time you always feel like you can do it, so you feel like you can play in the Prem and you feel like you can do your thing, but at the same time sometimes a manager throwing you in that deep end, like the chance that you're dying to get, like there's a lot of young footballers in here, they might be saying, oh, like they're under 16s or under 18s or 21s, they're saying I'm dying to just get the chance to play under 18s from under 16s or 18s to 23s. And sometimes it's not the right time, personally, because if you get thrown in the deep end, it can be worse for you than better for you than just playing that one game. You see what I'm saying? So I thought to myself, maybe if I get thrown in the deep end in the Prem or in a cup match and I do poor, then that could end up leading to me not playing again. So I thought, look, let me go out there, get some experience and learn more about the game. Then obviously when I come back, hopefully next season, I'll be a lot stronger and I'll be a lot smarter and I'll know the game a lot better than I would. And I do now know than I would when I was a kid at the start of last season. So, it's just literally about saying, look, I gotta grow up. I'm not a boy anymore, and I just wanted to try and just get as far in the game as I can. So I'm just literally at Wycombe now, just learning everything from the
Cool. So you
game.
go to Wycombe. You go to Wycombe, and how did you find it going there? In terms of, again, that you're swapping infrastructures, you're in a new environment again, and yeah, just talk me through your loan and how you felt.
To be fair, deadline day was the second, I believe, of September, and I was
September.
literally just like, I remember we wasn't sure whether I was going on loan or not, so we literally got the green light for it about 2 hours before the deadline. So I had to race over to Wycombe, get the paper signed. I think I got it done just 10 minutes before, and I was literally buzzing. I was like, look, this is men's football. It's gonna be different, but it's something to learn. And I was basically just happy to do it. And I think in the first game, our captain got injured, and then I ended up getting the chance to come on. I think it was roughly around the 60th minute, and like I remember hearing the crowd and just hearing the announcer say my name and just coming onto the pitch, and like my manager was like, "Look, this is your first game, and like I want you to enjoy it and stuff like that." And I went out there. I think I won my first header, and then after that, I literally just started smiling. I was like, "This is it." Like,
That's the start you needed.
yeah, the crowd was buzzing, and our left back scored a hat trick that day. He scored 2 corners and a free kick, and that it's crazy because that took us to the top of the league. So obviously my first game we've won 3-1, crowd debut, top of the league. Like everything is just on the up right now. I'm just buzzing right now. So it was literally like the best start I could possibly have. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally like I was like, do you know what's crazy? Like I won't lie, I'll be honest. After that game, I was like, this might be a breeze, you know. I won't lie to you. I was like, this might be a breeze. I swear. I thought that I've been humbled. Don't worry. But at first I was like, you know, I might have to do this. But in my head, obviously, I play FIFA as well, so I'm thinking in my head, look, I can get team of the season card here. I get a couple of informs. Like, I'm thinking of all the possibilities. Like this is all the stuff I associate with men's football. Like I want to get an inform card, an ultimate team, and I'm gonna start terrorizing people on FIFA. This is what I'm thinking about. You know? Then obviously we played Gillingham. We played Gillingham the next game, and like obviously against Lincoln they play a bit of football and we play football. So it was just hand in hand. We played against Gillingham and they were just their long ball, physical, you know, fight. The normal stuff, and then they beat us 2-0. I didn't think they deserved to beat us, but obviously they beat us, and that is probably when I realised that this league's not a joke. It's not going to be as plain and safe. It's not. Yeah. So I think after that I learned a lot about men's football and all the little things in men's football that you don't see in 21 to react about football, because like there's things my parents could tell me, but they're thinking of an educational standpoint from school, from what they know. But they don't understand football because they're not in football. And it's just a thing where you, like, there's so many ups and downs. Like, football can't be played. It's just like life. Life's not fair. Football's not fair. Football, in fact, is probably worse because they'll just leave you out to dry and no one will come and help you. So it's literally just about, as I said, like, you got to be able to stand on your own. I feel like what I learned was that I don't need you to run with me. I don't need you to hold my hand. I don't need you to come and beg this club to take me. Like I can do that myself. And I feel like once you take that stance that say, yeah, go on.
I think I think that's big because a lot of kids, like even so, my cousins, the twins that you played with at Millwall, they kind of had that mindset of if one got the scholar and the other one didn't, I'm not gonna sign it. But now looking back, it's like you got to do what you got to do because it's at the end of the day. It's about you and it's about your development. You can't say, "Oh, my friend's not signed, so I can't sign," because he can't walk on the Premier League pitch with you at the same time as you. Do you know what I mean? We all got our own journey.
I'd say a lot. Especially if you come from where we come from, you have a lot of. Like, I have a lot of friends that we're all on different career paths. I grew up with people that are in jail. I've got friends that have died. Rest in peace to my friends. I've got friends that are doing things they shouldn't be doing now. I've got friends at uni. I've got friends that have done everything. But it's just a thing where I'd say one thing I learned was you got to pick your circle wisely, and your circle has to. Everyone in my friend circle represents me, so I know my friends are doing their thing. And
Yeah.
if they weren't on my level, we weren't on the same level, then we wouldn't get along.
Yeah,
So
no, for sure.
if there's any person around you that's not on that level, or they're doing things that are not representing you, then you got to cut that off. Because me personally, I
Definitely.
remember when I went to Bournemouth, because it was kind of an out of sight, out of mind sort of thing. So a lot of people didn't speak to me. A lot of people, and only started speaking to me when they saw. So basically, on social media, I never posted anything about Bournemouth. I was like, I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
people to come and start being. I don't want that. So a lot of people never spoke to me. So the people that were speaking to me are the people that are on my level. Bear in mind, a lot of your friends are really not your friends. I'll tell you that now. Once you stop offering them what they're taking from you all the time, that friendship will end. Some people are just friends with you because you might have a car. Some people are friends with you because you know so many people. Some people are friends with you because you're the kid that always has the ball. Some people are friends with you for literally anything,
Yeah,
and you got
yeah,
to
yeah.
pick your circle wisely. You definitely got to pick your circle wisely.
Cool. So, all right, next question. So,